I really wanted to sort of tell a story about how ultimately, no matter what you think about your family, they still might save you without you knowing it. And how, even with all the resentment and all of the issues that you have with parents and siblings as you go through life, in many cases, it's still the safest place to go when life falls apart. And so I really wanted to, tell a story about how your family will save you, whether you like it or not. I think Hollywood in general has a bias against novelists adapting their own work. I think the feeling is they'll be too precious and they'll turn in 4-hour movies or they'll refuse to change anything. Yeah, I've always been a big movie fan and I look at movies as a very different animal than books. So it was really not hard for me to take apart my own book and find the movie inside of it. Uh, then writing it wasn't so easy, but I was not precious about material in the book that wasn't going to make it into the movie. But I think the benefit of the novelist adapting his own work, if he can do it, is that you really get to the heart of the material in the same way because the book and the film, even though they're different, should at heart have the same message and tell the same story. And I think everything else is just a copy of a copy of a copy, and so it's good to have the original voice there. First of all, the novel was really well received. So at first, when the novel was published, it was really exciting for me that people were really reading it, and the novel really got out there. It was a best-selling novel, and then in writing the script and working with producers and directors and seeing other people get invested in these characters in a different way and bringing them to light in a different way, then seeing the actors come on board and really take them and make them their own and suddenly see walking, breathing versions of these people that started out, riding in my boxer shorts in a room somewhere. It's been an exciting 5-year process watching that all happen. I think I've wanted Bateman for every script I've written because in many ways he's sort of this avatar of myself. You get from him this a sharp sense of humor, but at the same time a real strong self-deprecating self-awareness. There's a wit and a wisdom to everything he does as an actor, and he really conveys that kind of you know that sort of helplessness to who you are. And he just does it obviously in a sort of smarter, funnier, better looking version. I still remember when Sean sent me a quick text and said Tina wants to play Wendy, and I was over the moon about it because suddenly you could see with Bateman and Tina you see the whole movie taking shape, and as we expected, she brought to it a whole other level of wit and insight, and she really brought the character to life in a way that's funnier than it was written, and at the same time somewhat more tragic as well. I think people who are used to Tina Fey are going to see a really different side of her in this movie.